You may wonder how this world peace prayer has come to me. You probably all have a different reason for wanting world peace. See, I was born in the Mediterranean, in an island called Malta. My mother was Maltese as far back as she could remember. My father, his father was Irish. He moved to England, and my father was born in England. I'm very intrigued by ancient times, particularly when the feminine divine was celebrated and honored. There were quite a few traditions that celebrated the feminine divine, honored the earth that we are part of. I tend to be drawn in that direction. Over the last year, I found myself very curious and wanting to know more about the Abrahamic family. The ins and outs of those relationships. Whatever happened to that son? What kind of a wound was he left with? It's huge. It helps me make sense of what's going on in the Middle East. I wasn't born that far from there. I feel for it. I probably have some of the descendants in there in myself. I can only sit in compassion, sending love to the descendants of both of those brothers. They were suffering. I can't imagine the conversations between them and what kind of sense life might have made to them, sense or nonsense. And yet these became the story for some of the biggest world religions. The patriarchal world religions. It's understandable in a way how that started to land. Makes me wonder sometimes how that could become so powerful in the world. And even today, how things become so powerful that don't seem to fit in the big picture of things. At least the way I see them. It's hard to make sense of it all. And it's very sorrowful in ways. And I remember one of the last conversation I had with my mother. It was about recognizing that each in the family was suffering. No one's suffering was more important than the other. We didn't realize that each of us was suffering. We thought we were the only one in the four. My mother was afraid I'd throw guilt at her for not recognizing. I'm really glad I had that conversation. It was the last conversation I would have with her. And I'd been through lots of therapy and lots of healing, lots of spiritual study. And the 12-step program. And I felt it was a really good time to have a conversation with her, finally face the truth of that. She didn't really want to do it. She didn't know where I was leading. I think she thought I was going to blame her. But really what I wanted to do was give her a hug, and so we could hug each other and honor what we have both walked. And so I do suggest, if you ever get a chance, to sit with your parents or your siblings and hug in compassion if you can. We were all doing the best we could. We're still all doing the best we can. So that was then. That was a few years ago, and I'm really grateful that I had that conversation with her. This year I found myself delving into ancient history, making a timeline, like when exactly was Malta a thriving civilization? And what about the Vedas? When is their time in relationship? And the ancient Egyptians, before the perversion started coming in, when music was still a prayer form, not a performance. I lived then. It calls me. I love remembering that within myself, and I love reminding us that we have that potential to move beyond the competitive nature that is prevalent today, to go to a place of sacredness within ourselves and spread the prayers of love and compassion. Yes, compassion for those families that had to deal with a father who believed he was supposed to kill his son because God told him to. And then it was an honor that he believed in God so much that he was willing to do that. And where was the angel after that? Where was the angel for Ishmael? Where was the angel for Isaiah, for Isaac? To help them through that trauma, for all of them to learn to hold each other in compassion. But the battles began, and the battles continued. And we have, still today, it's still going on, and it's spread. And there's many families, this isn't the only one, but perhaps this may be the most powerful family in history. We're not going to talk about history from this day forward. But instead of love rising, the heavens would show us a time of patriarchy and competition and hatred. And we're still surviving through it, but barely. People in cages, people under bombs, people losing their families, their love. I beckon us to remember peace, to remember when we can hold each other in compassion, even if it's just a small amount. Yes, each small amount, where you have it, pour it out and share it. Let go of those old resentments. Reach for your heart. If it's just one breath, let's reach for our hearts. And start with a level of forgiveness and compassion that is needed for the many generations that have come and gone. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth doesn't cut it anymore. We're running out of parts. It's not healing it to keep on that trail. It's time we stopped. It's time we remembered. We are all breathing together. We are all drinking from the same water. We are all standing on the same planet. We are all one in symbiosis. So I call you to remember. I call myself to remember. It's so easy to go into the suffering because suffering has been worshipped, competed for who's suffering most. It hasn't led us very well. So let's try to drop that and lean into love and compassion. You ready? You ready to go on that journey? Yeah, it's time. Let's do that to seed those that come after this transformation. While this transformation is happening, let's seed that love and compassion. Whether it be in a rose, in a smile, a kiss. Let's open our hearts and realize we're holding ourselves when we hold each other. How do you want to be held? How can you spread love? Please write in the comment, let's spread love. Let's spread it and have it be multiplied through the generations and reach those that have suffered all along. Give them permission to put it down. We can do this. Let's do this together. May the long time sunshine upon you, or the love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sunshine upon you, or the love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way home. May the long time sunshine upon you, or the love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way home. May you walk in peace, sisters and brothers.